We're Lou DiBella, big night of Broadway boxing here. Omar Sheik and Codrington.
I got to tell you, Omar. I love Omar. He's a nice guy, but they should have known farther in advance that the kid couldn't make the weight, because when you're in a position that you have to substitute a great main event on a week and a half's notice, you can't make a good fight. And I'm a little disappointed that the show's not what I wanted it to be. And this is why guys got to be more responsible about making weight and the condition they're in. And I still like Omar, but Omar will never fight at 68 again. Omar's now a light heavyweight, but I wish he would have known that a little sooner.
Last Saturday night, kind of a real bittersweet night. We'll go with the sweet part first. Paulie Malignaggi wins an IBF.
Well, that was more than sweet. That was like the realization of Paulie's dream. Paulie's been with me since he's 19 years old, and he won the Nationals. He turned pro. So to see him win a world title, particularly after the Cotto fight, was one of the great thrills of my career. I didn't think Curtis looked very good, but in fairness to Curtis, no one could look good against Andre Dirrell fighting that way. Now Curtis has to learn more about cutting off a ring, applying pressure. I mean, he's only a 22-year-old kid, Kurt. But honestly, I was unhappy by Dirrell's performance, but I was more unhappy about the things he said. You are responsible to the crowd to some extent. They're buying the tickets. So, if the crowd doesn't want to see your fights, you're not going to have a long and economically great career if the crowd doesn't want to see you fight. So, Dirrell's got tremendous skills. I hope he puts the skills together and realizes that it's not just your talent, it's also how much you look like you're putting out there. He was so adverse to engaging that he made it look like a track meet. And honestly, Kurt wasn't good enough in cutting off the ring to be able to counteract that. And frankly, with Dirrell's skills, if he wants to run, he can run all night against just about anybody, but it's not fun to watch. He's greatly talented. He's also young. I think he's got to put it together a little more and understand that there is a responsibility to the fans, to the television network, to the people that are watching, to entertain them. You were
the man at HBO, the executive for boxing there.
I can't fault them. Though on paper, I would have bought that fight. I mean, on paper, Andre Dirrell and Curtis Stevens is two of the real prospects at 68. On paper, Q Powell and Ishe Smith should have been a great fight. I mean, sometimes you can't anticipate what happens when you get in that squared circle, and sometimes you get a stinker. But I think Andre Dirrell and Kurt should watch that tape of Paulie over and over again to see how someone can box effectively, not knock someone out, but still dominate and entertain and being a champion and an entertainer at the same time.
Has the network said anything to you about maybe this weekend's fight with Hatton and Castillo? You guys being on
They
the
know
short
that
list?
we want the winner, and I got to think we're on the short list. But if we can't get the winner, then Paulie's got to fight in the fall. So I hope HBO will put him on in the fall. But if there's not a Boxing After Dark and there's no spot on HBO, then we got to look to Showtime and other alternatives. And Paulie's a TV fighter and a great TV fighter.
Last question: how close are we to September 29th with Paulie and Taylor?
Whenever there's a big fight and you haven't signed on the dotted line yet, I'm optimistic, but we don't have a deal.
I guess because the date's already been floated out, maybe
there's a date. There's talk about Moskiv going the same date. We haven't locked in a site deal yet. There's still issues that have to be worked out, but I think it would be a great fight, and I'm hopeful.
I heard Atlantic City or LA is very much in the running.
There are 3 or 4 sites in the running.
We wish you best of luck.
Thank you.